Hey everyone, this is a hard day because Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, died, and um, there's not a moment in my life where Aretha Franklin wasn't around. And I know that sounds strange, but let me explain. Some people wonder why my YouTube channel is called Zenny62, and it's because when I first formed the name, it just sort of came up as Zenny62, and I was about to change it because it was automatic because I was born August 4th, 1962, and it took my name and matched the date, right? The algorithm system. And I thought, wait a minute, that's what I want because I want to express, and I don't know what word there would be for it, and maybe I have to invent it, but this unique point in time where if I say Aretha Franklin or personal computer or the silence or the environmental movement, it doesn't matter how old the person is between, say, my age, 56, or 16. People know that. In the case of Aretha Franklin, her first chart topping single was February of 61, just a year before I was born. And I wasn't aware of Aretha then, but she was around. I first became aware of Aretha through a neighbor we had in Chicago named Jesse. And Jesse worked for American Airlines at the time. He lived as we did on 7908. He was 7908A South Kembark. We were 7908B South Kembark right behind him. It was townhomes in South Chicago. It's still there. And I went to stay at his place because he was, well, watching me while my mom was off to work. And Jesse's home was a shrine to Aretha. That's all he listened to was Aretha Franklin. This was 1967, folks, okay? This is 19 That was 1967. This is 2018. Think about that. That's incredible. For someone to basically have been rocking it for over 50 years, basically over 50, well, I'm 56, 57 years, okay? Because again, her first chart topping single was February 21st of 1961. I was born August 4th of 1962. She had her first top single over a year before I was born. That's incredible. And from that point, she just simply grew in stature in American culture and society. So much so that, Aretha Franklin's like part of the furniture. She's quite literally the designer of American furniture, of American cultural furniture. That's just how deep, how quintessentially American Aretha Franklin is, how powerful her music and her way has been. You take it for granted. I take it for granted. The idea that Aretha Franklin is dead is weird. It just doesn't make any sense. Aretha Franklin doesn't die. That just doesn't happen. And something else about Aretha. Sadly, we have this tendency to think in terms of race, particularly black and white, except for Aretha. And I remember when Aretha was in Blues Brothers, which, as I say this now, or that now, Blues Brothers is a Twitter worldwide trend. There's a reason for that. Because I'm realizing that the world reacted to her appearance in that movie, that cult classic now, the same way I did. It was the Blues Brothers respected American culture. They're a couple of white guys who, as we are brainwashed to think, wouldn't be into soul, right? But no, these were the Blues Brothers, and they were into Aretha Franklin, and she sang "Respect" and "Think," and I mean, her being in that and doing that number where she's telling her husband to think. She was, I mean, then she took off to play with those guys. Uh, think about what you're trying to do to me. I mean, uh, what that represented to me is the statement that America is one. You understand that, as Barack Obama would later say in his speech at the 2004 Democratic National Convention, there is no black America, there is no white America, there is the United States of America. If you want to understand what he's saying, and I'm not kidding you, watch the Blues Brothers. This arc, this span of time that, which I choose to call Zenny 62, yeah, is to me one of the most beautiful times in the development of world culture because it saw a nation, our nation, fused together as one. And we still have our fits and starts, but Aretha Franklin was a major riveter of the steel girders that built the framework of this great American culture. That's why you don't think of her in terms of black or white. She's just Aretha, and she always will be.